Hello, everyone. My name is Holly from Idaho here in the United States. And during this hour, we will be going over vocabulary and discuss youth and old age. So, we will talk about different times of people's lives from the time a person is an infant all the way till past retirement. So, let me show you the material. Quickly, we will first start out talking about how old are you when you are a teenager or a young adult, so forth. We will look at some idioms. We will practice those idioms. We will also possibly brainstorm and talk about different rites of passages people have in different countries. And then we will ask and answer questions in order to develop our fluency. So that is the plan for today. Hello, Maria. How are you today?
Hello, fine, and you?
Very good. Very good. Have you had a good day?
Yes, I am studying English all day.
Oh,
This is my daily, my day for day.
oh really? So
Yes,
you're concentrating right now on improving your English. So you,
yes, because I need 83 in the score about the TOEFL test, and
uh-huh.
I read at 80.
Okay. All right. So you need to improve your English just a
Yes,
little
just
bit
a
more.
little. Yes,
Yeah. Oh, cool. Cool. And you said that you wanted to go to a school in California.
yes,
Is that the plan?
a university, USLA,
No,
as you.
UCLA.
Yes,
UCLA. Uh-huh.
yes, I want to study production in the film industry.
Ah, wow. That's awesome.
Yes,
That's
for
awesome.
this I am on focus all time in improving English and studying.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. That's great. Hello, Jorgen. How are you?
I am fine, thanks.
Good. Have you had a good day?
Yes, I had a fine day, thank you. I've started a new
Excellent.
book,
Oh, yeah?
so it's a book about
Okay.
anger management for dummies. So it's not a fiction book.
Uh-huh. So
It's
it's
interesting.
yeah. So does it look like all the other for dummy books? Like,
Yes, this one is really good. It's written by two psychologists, PhDs, and it's
hmm
filled with information and structured the way the dummies books are.
uh-huh.
So there's a
Awesome.
lot of entry points and so forth, key points and so forth.
hmm Excellent. Excellent. And Enrique, how are you today?
Good, 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 Dolly. How are you? How about you?
Very good, very good.
Okay.
So, have you had a good day so far?
Oh, sure, sure. Yeah, I just came from my job and I'm ready to take a class. Also, I feel.
Awesome,
Yep.
awesome. And remind me, you are from Brazil, right?
No, I am from Colombia.
Colombia. Okay.
Yep.
Wow. So you're home early from work, 1 p.m. Do you start really early?
Yeah, yeah. That's why I start very early. So
Uh,
I had a shift, 8 hours shift. So
uh-huh. Oh, awesome. Okay. Yeah, I know other people that have worked like that as well. I just started. This is my first class of the day. So,
oh, that's good.
Oh, good.
yeah. So
Oh, and
I teach late into the night. So,
yeah. At
yeah.
what time did you at your last class? When did
My
you end your
last
last class? Yeah.
Yesterday, my last class here at Verbling was at midnight, and then I had another class after that, and I finished at 1 a.m.
Oh, wow.
So, and then I usually can't go to sleep right after I teach, so I probably went to sleep about 3, and I got up at about 6:30 or 7, and so it didn't sleep that much, and then I took a nap. So
Okay, that's good.
yeah,
It recompenses that the
yeah.
time you cannot sleep.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Here.
it's because normally I'll sleep until about 9:30 or 10, but this morning it was 6:30 or 7. It's like, wait a minute, I just went to sleep. So,
Yeah, sure, sure,
so
sure.
Hello, Natasha. How are you?
Hello, I'm fine. Thank you for asking. How are you?
Very good, very good. So, have you had a good day today so far?
Yes, I have had a nice day today, but I am a little bit tired because it was a lot of deal today.
A lot of a
Yeah,
lot of things to do today.
things. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Excellent. So that's always good because the more things you have to do, the more you have job security. So so awesome. All right. Well, during this lesson, we are actually going to be talking about our different times in our lives, and so we'll start out going over some vocabulary. We will look at some idioms, and then we will end the class up with some fluency discussion. So the first question I have for you guys here is, how old are you when you are these ages? So let's start. Natasha, when a person is an infant, how old are they?
Okay, I might be wrong, but I think that infant it's maybe a little child from his birth till 1 years old. Year old.
You are absolutely correct. Birth
Okay, nice.
to one. Okay, and Maria,
Yes.
how about a toddler? How old is a person when they are a toddler?
I don't know sure, but I think that 1 or 2, no?
Yes. Basically 1 to 2 is when they are toddlers.
Okay.
Usually when they're toddlers, they're just learning to walk, and they're just learning to climb, and they're just learning all these different things. So, your jargon. How about when somebody is a preschooler? How old is somebody as a preschooler?
It has to be between 2 and 5 years of age, I believe.
2 and 5. Perfect. Um, 2 and 5. Yeah, my nephews just left the preschool years. They just turned 6. So, school age children. Jairo, Enrique, how old are school age children? And I've learned that this depends on your country.
Yeah, I think in that case, I think they start some then on maybe 4 to 7 of
4 to
6, I
7.
guess. Yep.
Okay.
hmm
Okay. Yeah, it depends on the country. Well, let's say 4 is definitely preschool. So let's say 5.
Okay.
Okay, 5 until you actually start middle school, which is about 12. So, but basically 5 to 11
Okay.
is school age children. So, question for you: in Jairo, in Colombia, how old are kids when they actually start school?
Yes, normally, between okay, they had a preschooler that's 2 to 5,
Uh-huh.
and then they go to the that's like a government school, but
Uh-huh.
depends. Some child they are very smart, so
Mm-hmm.
they start very early. I know some boys they start about 4 or 4, and they
Wow.
finish. Yeah, and they finish at 9. All depends, all depends how
Okay.
how smart that guy is.
So
Yep.
it depends on the child. Okay. All right. And how about in Denmark? How old are kids when they start school in Denmark?
They are 6 years of age.
6. Okay. All right. And Maria, how about in Spain? How old are kids when they start school? No, you are from Spain, right?
Yes.
Okay, I
Uh,
just
I
realized.
no, I think that school uh, begin at 6.
6. Okay, is
Yes.
when kids start school. Okay. And how about in Belarus? Natasha, how old are kids when they start school?
From 6 years old.
Okay. Yeah, in the States, it is from at the age of 5 when the kids go to kindergarten, and that's the first year when they learn how to read. And then they start the first grade at 6. However, the trend has been changing, and now if a child has a summer birthday, they usually start a year later. So my nephews are now 6 years old, and they will be starting kindergarten. So and my niece just finished. It will be turning 7, and she'll be just starting the first grade. So, and it's because there are some summer birthdays that they've done that. So, all right, a preteen. How old are kids when they're preteens? Hyro.
I can't understand what a preteen word does mean. You had another word for that?
A preteen would be, well, adolescence is the beginning of adolescence, but it's pre is before teenage. So, so basically, it's the years before you're a teenager. How about
Okay.
Jordan? So, Hyro, do you have a guess?
Yeah, I guess it's between 11 and 13 or 14.
Yeah, it's actually, it's really, I think it depends on the child. I would say between 10
Okay.
10 and 12.
Okay.
Some children might start at 9. It's when their bodies start changing, actually. So,
yeah, that's true.
10 to 12. Okay. And Jorgen, when in English, when are people considered a teenager?
In English, can you have the question again, Holly?
Yeah, in the English language,
Yes.
when are people considered a teenager? So
Well,
think of the numbers.
When they're in their teens, between 10 and 20, I believe. Like if they're
Actually,
19 or 11.
yeah, so actually it's 13
Yes.
to 19. And the reason I said English is because if all the numbers end in the word teen, that means they're teenagers.
Oh, that means when they're 12, they're not teenagers.
No, they're preteens.
Oh, I thought it was before they were
Mm-mm.
they were 10. Oh.
No, it has to do. No, I mean intellectually they might be teenagers, and like at the age of 18 in many countries around the world they're adults, but they're still teenagers. So
Okay. Yes.
yeah. All right. Hi, Ake. How are you?
Yes, I'm fine. How are you?
Really good. Really good. Thank you. So, Ake, how old are people when they are young adults?
Young adult. Maybe I don't know though. Maybe 20 or something. Early
Okay.
20.
Yeah, it is early 20. It's
Mhm.
usually 18
18.
to 29
Mhm.
is when they're considered young adults. And Maria, how old are people when they're considered adults?
Well, I think that in Spain
Mm-hmm.
is like 30.
30? Okay. All right. Actually, in reality, it is. I mean, it is 30, but also it's 18. Anytime over 18 plus. But 30 is when you really feel like an adult. 18 to 29, you really feel like an adult, young adult. But in reality, you're an adult from the age of 18. Okay, middle age. One of the things I've learned about middle age is everybody considers middle age different. If you were to ask my mom, who is now 75 years old, you would hear that middle age doesn't start till 60. So in your opinion, Natasha, when does middle age start?
Wow, I don't know. I really don't know because in different time people thought different about this thing. But I think that currently, particularly in my country, middle age it's something between I don't know, maybe between 30 till 60 years old, maybe so.
So 30, okay. From 30 to 60, okay. All right.
Yeah,
And
maybe.
okay. I'm not even going to write anything down here because it's all based on opinion. Jorgen, when do you think middle age is?
Well, I think it's about 45 or 50 because I think the definition is that when you reach middle age, you have like settled your education and career, and you like look back on life and you like reach a milestone. So I think it's older than a 30. I think it's about 45 or 50. And you tend to reach a low point in your emotions and get a depression, as some people do.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Yeah, and people start going through a midlife crisis, for example, and
Yes,
stuff
they
like
look back
that.
on the life they have lived, that they have behind them.
Yes, exactly. All right. Thank you. And Hyro, when do you think middle age begins?
I think it begins between 30 and finish until 55 or 60. I guess.
Okay. The same as what Natasha said, about 30 to 60. Okay.
Yep.
And what do you think, okay, when is middle age?
Yeah, maybe 30 to 60.
Okay. Yeah, and I don't really know. I think it's anything above me. So I will have a birthday tomorrow, and I will be 46. And so I think anything older than me, because I don't feel like I'm middle aged yet. So, but actually, I think maybe possibly 30 or 40. I'm thinking 40, between 40 and 55 or something like that is middle age. Okay, so how about in Japan? Okay, when do people retire?
The age of 60. Yeah, that's official retirement age in many companies and public offices.
Now, are people required to retire at the age of 60, or can they work longer if they want to?
Actually, it is required, and but the problem is pension will be paid from 65. So these 5 years, people have to work. Many people was hired or some other company or inside the company in a different position, or some public officer, higher ranking officials could be hired in a very good position. So it caused a controversy here. It's kind of
Okay.
the higher ranking officials after retirement. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And Jairo, Enrique, when do people retire in Colombia? Jairo.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I say they retired about 62 around this time.
Okay, 62. Okay. And Jorgen, how about in Denmark? How old are people when they retire?
Well, my dad, he's turning 76 till September, and he's still working part-time though, because he has some visual problems, but he's a civil engineer and he works part-time, and he's 75, so, well, some they retire at 64. It depends on where you are hired, in the private sector or in the public sector, and what kind of work you have. Because some are worn out when they are 60, and some they can work when they are 80 or 90 even.
So it depends on the person's physical ability as well, right?
Yes.
So yeah, all right. So awesome. Natasha, how about in Belarus? How old are people when they retire?
Okay, if I'm not mistaken, women have to go. Women become retired since 55 years old, and men since 60 years old.
Okay, so 55 is when women. Now, are they required to retire, or can they work later
Yes,
if they want to?
they can work later if they want to do it, and if the unemployment want to have them on their job.
Okay, or if their employment wants them to stay, so they can stay. Okay. All right, yeah. In the States, when my dad retired, he retired at the age of 62, and he received a partial pension or partial Social Security is what we call it in the States. And then when he turned 65, we started receiving the full Social Security. and that's a little bit about that. And nowadays, my understanding is if you were born after a certain date, and I think it's like 1965, but I'm not sure, then you cannot retire until you're 68. So I'm thinking that I will have to wait until I'm 68 until I retire. So, hi Kartika, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Very good, very good. So Kartika, how old are people in India when they retire?
The people usually get retired at the age of, I say 60 because my father, he's 55 years, like he's 55 years old now, and he's gonna retire after 7 more years. So it is 60 plus. It is 60 plus, 60, 61, 62. This is the
Okay.
age when people get retired.
Uh-huh. All right. So a question for you. In India, when people retire, can they go back and work a part-time job? Or do they
Well, if they get retired from like some kind of government job or the private, they can work with their own business. They can work part-time uh, at the place where they don't require any kind of age requirements where they do not require anything specific age
Okay.
to work for. So they can have
Okay.
their own business. They can work as a teacher. Like my grandfather, when he got retired, so he started working in a nearby coaching center, and he started working as a maths teacher. So he used to teach maths there.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. And the reason I ask is it's for some people in the States it's quite common that once they retire they get another job. But when I was in Finland I learned that in Finland once they retire and start receiving the pension they can no longer work. So in the States a retired school teacher might be a substitute teacher or might do tutoring or something like that. But in Finland it is not possible at all. So it does depend on the country. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to look at some idioms about age. We have put years on someone, over the hill, no spring chicken, a silver surfer, to rob the cradle, and getting on in years. So let's see if we can put these idioms in the correct blank here. Okay, can you read number 1?
Okay, a person is blank has reached an age when they can no longer perform as well as before. Person is over the hill.
Yeah. Yes, a person is over the hill, and I'm just going to draw a line. Makes it easier for me. Person is over the hill. The person who is over the hill has reached an age where they can when they can no longer perform as well as before. Okay, so I'm going to make this grammatically correct. A person who is over the hill. Okay, and Jairo, can you read number 2?
Okay, if you blank, you have a romantic relationship with someone who is much younger than yourself. Let's see, silver surfer?
No.
No. Oh, getting on in years.
No.
Oh.
As soon as you see it, you'll realize what it is.
Rob the cradle?
Yeah, so if you rob the cradle, okay, so does everybody know what a cradle is?
Nope.
Okay, so that once you know what a cradle is, you'll get it. Okay, so let me quickly show you what a cradle is in Google Images. To rob, do you know to rob, Jairo? To rob means to steal.
To steal, to stop. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's what. And rob the cradle. Let's see. cradle is this right here. So this is a baby bed.
Okay.
So if you have a 38-year-old man who starts to date an 18-year-old woman, he has robbed the cradle.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah, so
That's good.
that's kind
That's
of the
funny.
idea.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah.
Yeah, and once you know what cradle is, it's easy to figure out what that means. So,
Yeah,
all
that's true.
right. Number 3, Jorgen, can you do that one?
Yes, I believe it's a silver surfer. A silver
Yes.
surfer.
Perfect. A silver surfer is an elderly person who uses the internet. Perfect. And Kritika, can you do number 4?
An event or difficult situation that it makes them look or feel much older. An event or a difficult situation. Getting on in years.
No, it's another one.
Okay, an event or difficult situation. Put ears on someone. Make
Yes.
them look okay.
So if you think of somebody, for example, who smokes, they actually look older than people who do not smoke,
Yes.
because the cigarettes have put years on them, for example. Normally, it depends on the person, of course. All right, Natasha, can you do number 5?
Okay, someone who is getting on in the years is going old. No?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay.
Yes. Someone who is getting on in years is growing old. Perfect. And then the final one here, to say that someone is no spring chicken. No spring chicken means that they are quite old and well past their youth. And also, a no spring chicken also has a bit to do with experience. So if a person is if there is no spring, if they are not a spring chicken, that means they have a lot of experience. So where a spring chicken, for example, would definitely have less experience. So, all right. So let's quickly practice these, and let me get to the next page so we can practice this. So number 1. Okay, can you try this one?
I hardly recognize Mr. Brown. His illness, like his still same idioms. Oops,
His
maybe my
illness.
screen problem. Okay, let's change. Same option of the idioms.
Yeah, but the one's up here. Mm-hmm.
So his illness is getting on in years.
No.
No.
Oops. I'll change it to the next one. No, I hardly recognize Mr. Brown. His illness. Oh, bear with me a moment. Don't know why that keeps happening. Okay. His illness.
Oops. Number 1 doesn't have blank now.
I know.
Okay. Let's put
His illness. What? Put
ear. Put ears. Oh.
So it's this one right here.
Okay.
His illness put years on him. I hardly recognize Mr. Brown. His illness put years on him. So if someone looks a lot older than they are, or something like that, or some illness or some difficult problem in their life, it's put years on them.
I see.
Okay. All right. Number 2, Hyro, can you try that one?
My grandmother is blank. She's no longer able to look after herself. Let's see.
Okay.
Getting on in years?
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect.
Thank
So
you.
my grandmother is getting on in years.
She's no longer.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Getting on in years. Perfect. Okay. And Hyro, not Hyro, Jorgen, can you do the next one?
Yes, after just a few questions, my grandmother was ready to join the Silver Surfers.
Yes. My grandmother's ready to join the Silver Surfers. Okay, and Kartika, can you do number 4?
Gran, you say you are dash, but you sure don't look like it. Gran, you say you are over the hill,
Yeah.
but
Over
you
the
sure
hill.
don't look like it.
Yes.
What does it like over the hill? What does it mean? Like how we were?
If you're
Mhm.
Yeah, if you're over the hill, you're old.
Okay.
Another one would be past your prime. So you are past your prime, or you're over the hill. It means you've already traveled through life, and you're over the hill and heading through a valley of through a valley, I guess, or something like that. So it's just one way to talk about someone being old. But usually, if you say you say someone is over the hill, it's more polite for them to say that they are over the hill than for you to say that they are over the hill. So,
Okay.
yeah. Natasha, can you do the next one?
Okay. My Uncle Ted is dating a 20-year-old girl. That's really Rob the Creator.
Yeah. So that's really robbing. Robbing.
Robin. Okay.
Okay. All right. And okay, can you do number 6?
Okay.
Yes. Gran means grandma.
Grandma.
Yeah.
How
Gran is yes.
Sorry. How about grandpa?
Gramps.
Okay, I got it.
Gramps. A lot of people. Gramps is. There are so many words for grandma and grandpa. Gramps, and then people will say gran. And sometimes they'll just say grand. In grandmom, grandpapa, grandpa, papa, nana.
Okay. Papa
All
also
kinds of.
means grandpa. Okay.
Yeah. It's funny because in English, papa will mean grandpa, but I guess tell me if I'm wrong, Jairo. In Spanish, does papa mean father?
Yep, that's right. My papa. Yeah,
Papa
papi.
means dad. Yeah.
We normally use papi too. You know, we're very sweet. You know, you say my papi.
And that's for dad or for grandpa?
For that.
Okay.
And for granddad, they say abuelo.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Because in English, papa is it means grandfather.
Oh. Is that right?
Yeah.
Papa means papa.
Yeah.
Father.
Yeah. So say for example, my mom, my father passed away about 12 years ago, and my mom remarried, and she was at the time 68, and he was about 73 or something like that. He remarried, and so my sister's kids, my sister just couldn't let them call my mom's husband, grandpa. So we're having him call him. He is Papa to everybody. Just a different name than my dad. So which is kind of cool. Okay. Number 6. Okay.
How old is the owner? I don't know, but she's no spring chicken.
Yes. I don't know, but she's no spring chicken. Perfect. Yeah, so when you say someone is no spring chickens, it means that they're older and they have experience. So say, for example, somebody who is in their 40s, somebody might call them, might say that they're no spring chicken. Or if they're even in their 30s. No spring chicken isn't necessarily people who are in their senior citizen years, where a silver surfer and getting on in years and over the hill could be really senior citizens. No spring chicken could be anybody who has a lot of experience in a certain area. So, all right. Can you think of Natasha, can you think of somebody who maybe made poor choices when they were younger, maybe, or something, and those choices put years on them, and they just look older than they are?
Okay, maybe I don't understood you exactly, but if you asked me about Rob the Cradle, I really don't know such example in my surrounding, because as a rule, my friends dating with other people. Basically with the same years old, without something different, differences between their ages.
Okay. Well, like to put years on somebody. For example, my dad died when he was 66, but a lot of people thought he was 76, and the reason was because he had heart issues, and then he didn't really take care of himself very well, and so he looked from the time he was about 45 or 50, he looked about 10 years older than him. And so his illness put years on him. So his high blood pressure, or somebody who smokes, smoking will put years on a person. If you see somebody who you went to school with that looks a lot older than you, it might be because they smoke, or they've done drugs, or something like that.
Okay, I see. I'm
Or they've
sorry,
been sick.
but I want to say that in my country there are a lot of people smoking. It's really incredible, but it's so. And even not only men, but even a young girl, school girl, they smoking. And in spite of reading and watching news and ads about harm from smoking as well. So I wanted to add that not only lifestyle of life can increase ages for these people. I mean that their life problem or a depressive situation can add them age and harm his appearance too.
Absolutely. So any life choices or life choices or diet or illness or anything really can. Absolutely. All right. So, okay, do you know any silver surfers?
Silver surfers. Yeah, my how can I say? My mentor in the in America undergraduate school. He talks. His dad living in Finland. Yeah, I guess Finland or Norway. I forgot. Scandinavian country. He talk with him via Skype. TV call, video call every day. I saw him on Skype. Yeah, he he kind of controls the internet very well.
And he's a Silver Surfer.
Yes, probably
Awesome.
90 or so, probably. I'm not sure the age.
Awesome. Awesome. All right, thank you. And hello, Fawn. How are you?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yep, nice to see you.
Yeah, nice to see you again.
All right, everybody, this is Fawn from Taiwan.
No, I'm actually in England.
Are you in England right now? But you are from Taiwan.
Yeah, I'm from Taiwan.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, but you're in England now. Did you just return to England, or have you been there all along?
No, I'm doing my master degree now. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, excellent. All right. So Fawn, a question for you. Do you know anyone who has robbed the cradle? Okay, and to rob the cradle is when a older person starts dating a much younger person.
Yeah. There are several couples like this in Taiwan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and especially when for the older guy or the man, he's always very rich or have higher social status or have some reputation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which I mean, probably he's famous or rich, kind of.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Excellent. Thank you. And
Yeah.
Hyro. So, in your opinion, how old is a person when they are over the hill?
I think it's always depends how the person go through the life, you know. Because some person, you know, after 40, if they have some problems that just say somebody is smoke and they have use alcoholic and they always have parties every day and you know so maybe they start at very early, I think of 40 or 45. But normally it's, I think, okay, for my appreciation, it's 70 or 75.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Jorgen.
Yes.
Jorgen, how old do you think a person is when they start getting on in years? In your opinion?
Well, it's a subjective matter because it depends on who you are. Because I don't like to call people over the hill and use phrases like that. Because I think you are as young as you feel.
So, it's true. Yeah.
So it's a matter of subjective these words, I believe. Also, rob the cradle. I know that many marriages are very happy, even though the woman might be 19 years age and the man perhaps 60 or 65. And I think it's very wrong to look down on these kind of marriages because both are very happy. So it's nothing to do with anything. Anybody robs anything. There are many Filipino women who are very happily married with Western men, and they choose older men voluntarily. So it has nothing to do with anybody who robs anything. I think it's very wrong term to use.
Okay. Yeah, it is commonly used though.
Because you judge them and you look down on them, and nobody has a right to judge love and marriage. That's simply wrong.
I totally see what you're saying. Yeah, it is. However, it is commonly used, so you'll hear it a lot when a person has like, for example, one of my best friends, when she was 36, she married a man who was 62, and they are very, very happy, and you know, and you can technically say that he robbed the cradle, but at the same time, she is one of the most happiest people since she got married. So yeah, it's true.
It might have been her that took the initiative. Why is it always the man who's taken the initiative? It might as well be the woman.
Could have been the woman. True. I totally.
So I don't think we should judge anybody.
But you still need to learn the terms. So that's the point of this.
I think it's women who use this phrase the most because they are envy of the young girls. I really think so. It's a matter of envy. Yes, it's a matter of envy because they think, well, she's so young and I'm not, so well, why does he go to Asia and find a young woman? I don't like that, so he rocks the cradle and the marriage is, well, it's a second-rate marriage. I think it's very, very wrong. Nobody has a right to judge marriage or love.
Yeah. Yeah, but the purpose of this is just to learn the term, so they'll learn the phrase. So, Kratika, do you know any Silver Surfers?
Internet use by, yes, my grandmother, I'm her from past few years, so my grandmother, as she wants to talk to me sometime, I taught her like how to use an internet so that she can talk to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so she started using Google Hangout, and also, but sometimes it gets pretty difficult for her to operate. But once I tell something to her, like she should go this way and that way, that she got it really nicely, and she has learned how to talk on internet. So
cool.
Yes, so she's a Silver Surfer. She's doing really great.
That's great. That is really good. That's really good. Yeah, because I tried to get my mom to learn Skype, and it hasn't worked. So, but she's also a Silver Surfer. She loves her smartphone, but yeah, Skype has been something beyond her, and so I'm going to have to teach her now that I'm moving away again. So anyway, Natasha, what do you think is the best age to be? Explain your opinion. Natasha. Okay, so maybe she's away.
Yes.
Oh, there you are. Okay. Hello?
Yeah. I'm sorry, it's my computer.
No worries.
Okay, I don't know, but well, to be honest, I really suppose that middle age is the best age for entire all our life. Why? I think that it's very simply because we have had a big experience. We have to this time a good education. We obtained something professional skills. We grew up our children, and after that we can obtain the fun and joyful, cheerful from life because we could do a lot of good things. And before our life, I mean in our future, we have the opportunity to increase our knowledge, to see our maybe grandchildren, and have the opportunity when we be retired, for example, have I'm sorry. I mean, we can have a lot of vacation and go for looking at different countries, for example, and so on.
Okay. Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, I kind of, in my opinion, retirement age. I can't wait for it. So, as long as I'm not sick. So, okay. How about you? In your opinion, are young people generally more selfish than their parents and grandparents? Does age make you more aware of and caring for others?
It's case by case. Actually, the character is up to their personality, or maybe young people tend to be selfish because of the lack of experience, or however, old people sometimes tend to be selfish because of, I can say, some disease happen, maybe the kind of nerve system, or the illness of a physical pain, or cause him their Yeah, maybe, or yeah, such kind of problem. So it's case by case, not because of age.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. All right. And Kratika, question I have for you is if people are still able to and want to work, should they have to retire when they reach a certain age? Explain your opinion.
Yes, I think if people are still able to work and want to work, but they should retire after a certain age because it's not decided like what will happen to them after a certain age. For example, I can say like when I was in India, one of my uncle, he was at the age of 45 and he got ill, really ill. He got a heart attack at the working place. He was at his work and he got heart attack. And but after that, he started with the treatment. He got cured. He got some surgeries done. But it was and after that he didn't started to work. But this was his. I can say his. He was not. I'm not getting the words. He's not aware about his health conditions. So if he would have done it, like if he would have taken care before, he would have not been at that situation that time. So like people should work till the age they are required to, but they should retire at that time. Like they should not allow to work after when they reach the age of retirement. So they can work on their self, on their own. For the they can work their self, but not for the people, like not for the thing for which they get responsible. They should work on their own things, on their own liability. Then because no one should be liable for their things after they started working at their own risk. So.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much. Yeah, so it really depends on the person, really. So, all right, thank you. Fan, are there many things that the old can teach the young, or are they hopelessly out of touch by the time they reach a certain age? What things were you taught by your older family members? Have they been useful to you in your life?
Yeah. Before I used to be kind of like my mom say, I'm kind of selfish, and I just take care of myself. But at the age grow, as I grow, my mom keep telling me I have to be responsible for others, do something for the society, and when I can have more ability to have a family or have kind of I have the ability to take care of others, I need to be more I need to have more responsibility, a duty on others. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what I'm learning now.
Okay. Yeah. And what do you think are people who are older, are they able to teach younger people, younger family members about life?
You mean
or are they out of touch?
You mean younger people teach the older?
No, I mean the older people, like the 75 or 70-year-olds. Can they really relate to the little ones who are like the teenagers and things like that?
You mean the second question? Are they hopeless out of touch?
I
don't know what does mean by out of touch.
Okay, out of touch. Out of touch. For example, say for example, maybe they have forgotten how to be young. So if you're out of touch, you don't remember your own life. So if you're out of touch, you don't understand. Maybe you don't understand the new generation's problems and things that they go through.
Yeah, I think. Does it mean that they are out of fashion or out of their work? Well, yeah, but I think the wisdom for a man is quite. I think the wisdom for a
Mhm.
man is kind of similar. So when people grow,
Mhm.
they get their wisdom from what they do, experience from their
Mhm.
experience, from their work, from what they study. From,
Mhm.
but
Okay.
the problem might be that this wisdom could be out of fashion.
Mhm.
Might not
Mhm.
be used for the people in this day and age.
Mhm. Okay.
So yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
think.
All right. Thank you. Hard and Jorgen. Some people say that men age better than women and remain attractive longer. Do you agree? Explain your opinion.
No, I don't agree because how you age is dependent on what kind of person you are, how your attitude to life is. If you are someone who absorbs life and learns from life and are adaptive, it hasn't anything to do if you're a woman or a man.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
the word attractive, I don't know what you mean by that. Is the way they look, or is the
Mhm.
way the content of the character you mean?
Usually when people use the word attractive, they're talking about how a person looks.
Well, I don't. Yes, but for me, attractiveness is nothing to do with how you look. It has to do with
Mhm.
the content of your character. That's why we
Uh-huh.
see older people also marry when they are far up in age.
Mhm.
So for me, the word attractive should be confined to mere physical traits. It should
Mhm.
be broadened to the content of a person's character, which
Mhm.
just like wine, gets better with age.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah. And thank you. Yeah, and yeah, that's usually what they mean, but I totally agree with you that the content of the character is so much better because you can see a woman who is attractive, she's beautiful, but once she opens her mouth, all of a sudden she's no longer as beautiful, and a man too, he's very handsome, and as soon as he opens his mouth, you realize there's no character there. So I totally agree with you. So, Hyra, some people say that men never grow up; they just get bigger. Do you agree? Explain your opinion.
uh, now all depends for each people,
For each person.
each person. uh, I've found some guys that they or some person that never grow up, they're thinking they're still babies, or maybe not baby, yeah, they're still thinking or do things that like adolescents, and as person that they have more than the person they that he has more than 45 years. But
Mhm.
the most of them, the most of the men, they are they grow up, they grow up their brain, their body, and all kind of stuff. So I think I not agree with this opinion.
Mhm. Okay. All right. Thank you. Yeah. So it really depends on the person, and there are probably some women who never grow up as well. So, um, all right. Thank you. Aka, some people say that young women are usually 2 to 3 years more mature than young men. Do you agree? Explain your opinion.
Also, it's case by case.
Case by
Yeah,
case again.
yeah. But I heard in elementary school days, women tend to be bigger and physically actually,
Uh-huh.
or mentally probably.
And,
So, but
yeah.
I'm not sure because I rarely see such a small kids nowadays.
Yeah,
So,
well, I think you're right. With little kids, the girls do mature faster, but once they become teenagers, I don't think once I think when the guys catch up with the girls when they're teenagers, physically and emotionally and stuff. And I don't think in my opinion, as young adults, it really depends on uh, on the on the on the person and so forth. As to whether they mature younger or, some women take longer and some men, so it totally depends on the person. So, all right, Fan, in most countries, women live an average of 5 to 6 years longer than men. Why do you think this is?
Well, I think it's because men tend to do the lab-oriented jobs. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
what oriented jobs? Labor oriented?
Yeah, labor-oriented.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it will take more efforts to
More
do
time.
this kind of job. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Thank you. It looks like we are out of time. I do want to thank you all for your participation, and I'll see you all a different time. Thank you very much.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Bye.
Thank
Hey,
you
Holly,
very much.
if I don't have a chance to to talk to you tomorrow, thanks and a happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you. I
Yes,
will be
yes.
teaching tomorrow, so
Happy
it's a
birthday.
regular day. All right.
Okay.
See you tomorrow. Bye.
Okay.
Maybe. Bye.